the latest news in North Central Washington, go to ncwlife.com or find us on Facebook. Got a news tip? Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-2020.
Good Wednesday evening and welcome to the NCW Life Evening News. I'm Grand Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And what started out as a beautiful blue sky, sunshiny morning has turned into some high clouds this afternoon as we take a look at our Sky-Fi Tower Orondo camera. And look at that beautiful scene of the Columbia River. One nice thing today, the winds decreased. We saw lots of it the last 3 days and not much wind today, but just that cloud cover, and we will continue to see cloudy skies tonight and into your Thursday, and there will be some rain around the state. It's going to kind of surround us a little bit. To our north, Omak may see a shower or two, and then into northeast Washington and the panhandle of Idaho and western Montana, but it looks like we're going to be spared tomorrow, but we will see lots of cloudiness. But then after that, Friday and into the weekend, it looks great. We'll tell you more about that coming up a little bit later on in your weather forecast. And now a few of the news stories we're following for you tonight. In a press release yesterday, Okanagan County Sheriff Frank Rogers says the closure of the Okanagan River because of flooding has been lifted. The U.S. Forest Service has issued a public safety alert for visitors to Prince Creek Campground on Lake Chelan. 3 people were injured Sunday when their Jeep crashed on a forest trail northeast of Liberty in Kittitas County, and a Seattle woman was rescued Sunday afternoon after she injured her ankle while hiking in the Douglas Creek area. But first, we begin tonight. Chelan County Commissioner Keith Gaynor will head to Washington, D.C. next week for talks concerning land use restrictions in federally protected wilderness areas. NCW Life's Steve Hare has more.
Well, the issue has been front and center in the ongoing efforts to make repairs at the threatened 8 Mile Lake Dam, which is located in the Alpine Lakes Wilderness. Now, the dam is owned by the Icicle-Peshastin Irrigation District. It was built over 100 years ago. Last year's Jack Creek fire ravaged the surrounding mountainsides, leaving that lake vulnerable to severe runoff and possible dam failure. The first phase of repairs has been completed, but more work is planned. But Gaynor says getting equipment into the area is a challenge under current wilderness restrictions.
Well, it does. In fact, just next week, Mike Caputa and I and Tom Tebb from Department of Ecology, the tribes will be represented. We are going back to Washington, D.C. to hopefully have some conversations that will resolve some of those issues. The excavator that was up there, right, and is still up there at 8 Mile, had to be flown in, and the state got involved in order to fund that, in order to make sure that the emergency repairs were done. But the issue is really about the ingress and egress to what are in holdings within the wilderness. It's not unique. There is a wilderness dam in California where it actually has a paved road to it right through the wilderness. So it's not, and there's other mineral rights that are being utilized within the wilderness areas too. So I think it's a matter of making sure that the government is fulfilling their obligations with the contract.
Gaynor said the recently completed repairs on the dam spillway have helped relieve concerns for residents living downstream. He says rain gauge monitoring equipment has also been installed as an early warning system in the event there's a sudden drop in the lake level. Steve Hare, NCW Life News.
In a press release yesterday, Okanagan County Sheriff Frank Rogers says the closure of the Okanagan River because of flooding has been lifted. Sheriff Rogers reminds area residents that while planning your trip to the river, remember that there may be some areas that the banks were undercut due to the flooding and may be unstable. Rogers says the river is still flowing swiftly with unseen debris. The U.S. Forest Service has issued a public safety alert for visitors to Prince Creek Campground on Lake Chelan. Lakeshore trail hikers and users are being made aware that the Prince Creek footbridge was washed out as a result of last week's heavy rain and high water conditions. Prince Creek Campground remains open for camping, but campers will not be able to access the Lakeshore Trail from the campground due to the bridge washout. Lakeshore Trail users may access the trail from an alternate point just past the washout. Be aware though, Lake Chelan Boat Company will be dropping hikers off further up the Lakeshore Trail and will not be stopping at the Prince Creek Campground dock. 3 people were injured Sunday when their Jeep crashed on a forest trail northeast of Liberty in Kittitas County. The sheriff's office reports 46-year-old Mark Ramick and his 2 passengers, all from Moxie, were ejected from the vehicle after it tumbled about 200 feet down an embankment and into a tree. The driver and one of his passengers suffered life-threatening injuries and were being treated at Harborview Medical Center. A second passenger was taken to Kittitas Valley Hospital with minor injuries. The cause of the crash was under investigation. A Seattle area woman was rescued Sunday afternoon after she injured her ankle while hiking in the Douglas Creek area. The creek runs through a deep canyon which stretches from the Waterville Plateau to the Palisades. The 59-year-old woman had slipped on rocks and sprained or broke her ankle. She was unable to put any weight on it to hike back up the rugged 80-foot deep ravine. Members of the Douglas County Sheriff's Office, the Douglas County Fire Department, and the Chelan County Mountain Rescue Team responded with specialized equipment to rescue the woman. They used ropes, pulleys, and a winching device to pull a litter back up that hillside. The hiker was transported by ambulance to Confluence Hospital. Coming up next, construction has begun on facilities at the old Cashmere Mill site. 2 high school students from the Wenatchee Tech Center recently took top honors at the Viking Program Challenge in Moses Lake. And beginning today, Chelan County Public Works crews will begin making stormwater improvements to Lester Road. And the recent Wenatchee Valley College Foundation Gala raised the largest amount of money ever in a single night. I'm Grand Olson, and you're watching the NCW Life Evening News.
Todd's a great boss. Sometimes he can be a little intense.
Adam, how about a lunchtime run?
I'd love to, Todd, but I got a lot. Oh, Mr. Jones, you made it. I'm glad you could make it. You're really gonna love our lifetime warranty on all new Hondas. Let's walk and talk.
Oh, the running thing? It gets him hustling. I consider myself a great motivator.
Hi, I'm Cordell Schroeder, owner of East Wenatchee Mobile Storage.
If you're thinking about making a move anytime soon, check out the East Wenatchee Mini Storage brand new mobile storage service. They drop it off at your location, you pack it, and they pick it up and store it in their protected warehouse at East Wenatchee for as long as you need. When you're ready, they'll drop it off at your new home or office. East Wenatchee Mini Storage is excited to offer this brand new service to our region.
Call 509-884-8643 or find us on the web at ewministorage.com.
Welcome back. And in other news, construction has begun on facilities at the old Cashmere Mill site. Here's more on that story. The Port of Chelan County bought the property in 2008 and began a $6.6 million project to prepare the area for redevelopment. Craig Larson, Business Development Director for the Port, says either one or two 16,000 square foot buildings should be completed by the end of this year. Larson says the Port's ultimate goal is to construct up to 4 buildings on the 5.3 acres at the property. Larson added that the buildings will be general purpose facilities open to various types of businesses, including production, food processing, or specialty beverage production. Last year, the Louse Trust Company purchased 3.5 acres for a new manufacturing facility, and company officials expect the building will be completed by mid-July. The Cashmere Mill site has access to electricity, water, sewer, phone, and internet service. It's located off Sunset Highway, a half mile from Highway 2 and 97. Grand Olson, NCW Life News. 2 high school students from the Wenatchee Tech Center recently took top honors at the Viking Programming Challenge at Big Bend Community College in Moses Lake. Kevin Linus took first place in the Coding Medsim Challenge, and Fernando Sanchez took third place in the Coding Algorithm Challenge. Both students are juniors at Wenatchee High School and part of the computer technology class at the Tech Center. Well, beginning today, Chelan County Public Works crews will begin making stormwater improvements to Lester Road. The work area begins at the city limits of Wenatchee and ends at the intersection of Lester and Day Roads. Crews will be reshaping and rock lining ditches and cleaning stormwater culverts. Work is expected today and tomorrow and then continue into next week. Motorists should expect minor delays in that work area. The roadway will be at one lane with flaggers controlling traffic. Well, the recent Wenatchee Valley College Foundation Gala raised the largest amount of money ever in a single night. The gala on May 19th raised $85,738. Money was raised by 238 attendees in the form of ticket sales, silent auction sales, and a paddle raise. The program, which had the theme Celebrating Our Heroes, recognized those who have made significant impact at the college. There's Peggy Ludwig. She received the Outstanding Friend of the College Award. Earl Tilley also received the Harvey Award, and Malachi Salcido received the Distinguished Alumni of the Year Award. The money raised at the gala goes to support Wenatchee Valley College veterans' work-study programs, paid internships, and the Study Abroad program. You're watching the NCW Life Evening News. Coming up next, your sports update with Eric Granstrom and our feature story today. That and much more still to come on the NCW Life Evening News. Stay with us.
Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house, featuring great family dining in downtown Chelan. We've got burgers, pub fare, and the best barbecue around. Try one of our award-winning sauces made fresh here in-house. So grab the whole gang and come on down. Stormy Mountain Brewing. Beer, barbecue, friends, and beer.
Lake Wenatchee YMCA Camp programs focus on our 4 core values of caring, honesty, respect, and responsibility. Make this summer's memories last a lifetime. Pick your theme week today with a wide variety of safe and engaging activities. Lake Wenatchee YMCA Camp is the ultimate summer fun in the sun camp for children, teens, and families. Reserve your child's week today.
Walkabout Grill, open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner in downtown Wenatchee and now downtown Leavenworth, where eating out is eating healthy.
The all-new Yamaha Wolverine X4 offers 4 times the proven off-road capability, 4 times the comfort, and 4 times the confidence to deliver 4 times the excitement on your next outdoor adventure.
And now it's a sports update on the NCW Life channel.
And a happy hump day now that the high school prep season is over. Time to hand out the postseason awards. The Columbia Basin Big Nine All-Conference Honors in baseball are out, and Wenatchee's Thomas Blakeney, Ronan Haynes, Jared Rubash, and Kyle Byers making the first team. Also on the first team for Eastmont are Lance Whitmer, Jackson Brown, and Kalen Massey. Second teamers for the Wildcats, Jared Garland, Devin Schneider, and Dawson Schultz. The Panthers' Seth Storley and TJ Shirting, also second team selections. Player of the Year honors goes to Moses Lake's Dominic Signorelli. Pitcher of the Year is the Chiefs' Austin Valdez, and Coach of the Year, Moses Lake's Donnie Lindgren. Congratulations to all. We'll have the rest of the Big Nine as well as the Caribou Trail League and the rest coming up as we continue here on the NCW Life channel this week. Well, the thing that has been so good for the Mariners this season, its bullpen faltered last night in a 9-5 loss to the Texas Rangers. James Pazos came on a relief of Felix Hernandez in the 6th with the bases loaded and nobody out. Mariners leading 4-2 at that point. A wild pitch, pass ball, and RBI single later. He'd given Texas a 5-4 lead. Seattle would tie it on a bases-loaded ground out in the 8th, but give it right back in the 9th. Major League save leader Edwin Diaz was shelled for 4 runs on 3 hits as the Rangers batted around.
Manager Scott Service said it just wasn't Seattle's night on the mound.
Tonight's ball game got away from us. We just, the walks, the hits batsmen, it got a little crazy there. Rough 6th inning for us, and then, Eddie was he's been on a great roll. He just didn't quite have it tonight and made a couple bad pitches, but our team's been playing really good baseball. And I actually thought offensively we did some good things tonight. I thought Nelson swung the bat much better. Denard Span chipped in a couple. Segura stays hot, so we'll continue to get after it tomorrow. Just wasn't a great night with the pitching, with 8 walks and a couple hits batters, and we're still there. We still have a chance to win the ball game late, but just not our night to get it done tonight.
Now, Felix Hernandez has been having troubles getting out of the first inning so far this season unscathed. He allowed a solo home run to Shin Soo Choo in the first last night, but settled down until problems in the 6th. Service said the start was much better for Hernandez and hoped the bullpen would hold on.
Felix was much more focused tonight, no question about that. I thought, I got behind the first inning to Choo, gave up the home run to him, but I thought, I got through the 5th. Starting through the top of the order, but Mazzaro started out with a double, and then things started to unravel a little bit. Not going to Pazos. Pazos has been so good for us, but the ball got away from Z, and then they had a cross up after that. So you look up, and all of a sudden there's 2 runs in, and then he made contact yet. So just wasn't our night. The guys in the bullpen have been awesome. And you're going to stub your toe once in a while. I have no issues, whatever, giving any of those guys the ball. They've been that good, and we'll get back after tomorrow. And same situations will come up, and our guys will come through.
Gene Segura returned to the lineup after being out since Saturday when he was kicked in the head on a play at second base. Segura went 3 for 5 with an RBI and run scored in his return. Meanwhile, second baseman Dee Gordon's expected to be back in the lineup Thursday when Seattle wraps up the month and the 4-game series with Texas. Gordon has been on the 10-day disabled list with a broken right toe. Seattle and Texas play Game 3 of their series tonight, 7-10. James Paxton going up against Matt Moore. As we check the American League West standings as of today, Houston's in first place at 35-21. Seattle's in second place, a game back at 33-21. The Halos are 4.5 back at 30-25. Well, the Seattle Seahawks are reportedly ready to sign veteran wide receiver Brandon Marshall. The former Giants, Jets, Bears, Dolphins, and Broncos wide receiver only played 5 games last year with an ankle injury. The 34-year-old is the 23rd leading receiver in NFL history. He kind of outed himself yesterday on his Instagram account, simply wearing a Seattle 12th man jersey. It was reported by ESPN's Adam Schefter that Marshall agreed to a 1-year deal with Seattle that, with incentives, could reach $2 million. That's sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eric. Over 600 bicyclists from throughout the Northwest will convene in Wenatchee this Saturday morning for the 31st annual Apple Century Bike Ride. The event, organized by the Wenatchee Sunrise Rotary Club, combines fundraising and outdoor recreation, as Chris McDermott explained on this morning's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley.
One of the neat things about this particular fundraising event is it really does pair giving back to the community with something that this community loves, which is being active and being outdoors. You set it on the hit again on the head. With being active in the outdoors and cycling, it brings in not only the local cyclists but cyclists from around the region. Until I got involved with this, I didn't realize how many people wanted to really do a 100-mile ride, but there's groups of people that will get together and do it kind of as a team, and they'll look for which rides in the Northwest they want to do, and we're fortunate to be one of those places that they like to pick up on and do. And so
you mentioned riding through the orchards. There they are right there. From a couple of years ago.
Yeah. So one of the big partners that we have is Confluence Health. And
they are the big sponsor, aren't they?
They are the big sponsor. So, that being healthy, it's a synergy with them as well. So it's really a neat program.
All the money raised on Saturday goes to fund the Challenge Scholarship for at-risk students in the Valley. Paul Jones of Sunrise Rotary calls it the lifeblood of their organization.
So our challenge to them is finish high school. If you finish high school and you get selected, then we'll pay for your first 2 years of college.
Wow.
At the Wenatchee Valley College rate.
That's a great deal.
It's awesome. And we just had one of our challenge scholars from a few years ago just graduated and got her law degree.
The bike ride consists of 3 routes, 25, 50, and 100 miles with pit stops, food and refreshments along the routes. Participants can register right up to start time on Saturday morning at the Pybus Public Market, where the ride begins and also ends. We'll be back with a recap of some of our top stories and your complete local weather forecast right after this.
Walk and Roll Wenatchee's Asian Express is fast, fresh food. Wenatchee Roll's new Poke Hawaiian Fresh Salad Bar is the best. Fresh greens, fresh seafood, and handmade sauces. You know what you want. At Walk and Roll, create your own style meal. Hot off the line chicken, beef, and veggie plates. Lunch or dinner to match your appetites. Fresh sushi, hot entrees, Poke Fresh Salad Bar. It's new. It's Walk and Roll Wenatchee, fast, fresh food your way. Located on 5th and Mission. Join the NCW Life Channel for live coverage of Eastmont and Wenatchee High School commencement ceremonies Friday, June 8th.
Coverage brought to you by the Walkabout Grill in Wenatchee and outdoor seating in Leavenworth. Young Bucks Landscaping and Tree Service, save a buck. And by Automoca with 6 locations in the valley to serve you.
Live Friday, June 8th, Eastmont High's graduation at 6, followed by Wenatchee High's graduation at 8, exclusively on the NCW Life Channel.
Are you watching me? If you're watching me and you are a business owner in North Central Washington, your potential customers could be seeing your TV commercial right now. With Solion Broadcasting, TV advertising is effective and affordable. Place your ads on the network best suited to your potential customers, or get top-of-mind awareness with 16 cable networks, including NCW Life, your local TV channel. Give Solion Broadcasting a call at 888-2020 today to see how easy and affordable it is to advertise on TV.
Welcome back to the NCW Life Evening News. In a press release yesterday, Okanagan County Sheriff Frank Rogers says the closure of the Okanagan River because of flooding has been lifted. Sheriff Rogers reminds area residents that while planning your trip to the river, remember that there may be some areas that the banks were undercut due to the flooding and may be unstable. Rogers says the river is still flowing swiftly with unseen debris. The U.S. Forest Service has issued a public safety alert for visitors to Prince Creek Campground on Lake Chelan. Lakeshore trail hikers and users are being made aware that the Prince Creek footbridge has washed out as a result of last week's heavy rain and high water conditions. Prince Creek Campground remains open for camping, but campers will not be able to access the Lakeshore Trail from the campground due to the bridge washout. Lakeshore Trail users may access the trail from an alternate point just past the washout. Be aware though, Lake Chelan Boat Company will be dropping hikers off further up the Lakeshore Trail and will not be stopping at the Prince Creek Campground dock. 3 people were injured Sunday when their Jeep crashed on a forest trail northeast of Liberty in Kittitas County. The Sheriff's Office reports 46-year-old Mark Ramick and his 2 passengers, all from Moxie, were ejected from the vehicle after it tumbled about 200 feet down an embankment and into a tree. The driver and one of his passengers suffered life-threatening injuries and were being treated at Harborview Medical Center. A second passenger was taken to Kittitas Valley Hospital with minor injuries. The cause of the crash was under investigation. Time now for your North Central Washington weather forecast. And before we get to some pretty nice weather details, let's take a look outside our weather window once again. And today was kind of a mixed bag. As I mentioned at the top of the newscast, we began the show with sunny skies and also day I should say, with sunny skies and no wind at all. Still no wind out there as we look at the beautiful Columbia River around the Orondo area from our Sky-Fi tower cam. And you can see some clouds and especially high clouds out there. And that's kind of inhibited us from getting into the 70s like we thought we would today. We're pretty much staying in the mid to upper 60s this afternoon. And let's take a look at surface loop now. And we're showing you cloud cover today. And this is what we're seeing right now. clouds throughout at least 2/3 of Washington state. There is a shortwave frontal system that's moving through Washington right now, and it will stick around and even intensify as we move into Thursday. Lots of cloud cover all across Washington state for our Thursday. Most of the greens and blues you see in that cloud cover could be some shower activity. Most of that will stay to our west though. And then things begin to clear out as we head a little bit closer to our weekend. Friday, there you go. Hardly any clouds here in the Wenatchee area. Most cloudiness will be in the Cascades and along the Washington coast. Also some clouds over in the Idaho Panhandle and into western Montana. As we move into the weekend on Saturday, things look great. We see a few dark gray. Those are high clouds that could be around on Saturday. But I'll tell you what, it is going to be a beautiful weekend on both Saturday and Sunday. We are going to see temperatures pretty much remain the same though, as we're kind of caught in between two weather systems. So temperatures pretty consistently into the lower, mid, and even upper 70s as we move right through our forecast. And let's take a look now at that quick lube and tune forecast. Tonight we'll drop down to 53 degrees. By the way, 49 was our overnight low last night, one of the coldest nights we've seen in a while. We're going to stay with those clouds for Thursday, mild temperatures in 74, and then very nice. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we'll see sunny skies, a bit of a breeze on Friday afternoon in 75, almost 80 degrees on Saturday with sunshine. A few high clouds, we'll call it mostly sunny on Sunday and 78. For your Monday, mostly sunny. We will see a bit of a cool down Monday as another weak system moves by. It will be cooler at 73. And then for your Tuesday, mostly sunny and mild. High at the end of our forecast, a pretty beautiful 75 degrees. Well, we leave you tonight with the ultimate spring skiing demonstration. Let's just call it alpine wakeboarding. Check it out. Looks like fun. If you have a video of the day you'd like to see on the NCW Life Evening News, message us on our Facebook page at the NCW Life channel. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with host Dan Kuntz and News with Steve Hare. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.
This is TV. This is TV Set Free. TV everywhere from Localtel sets you free to watch what you want, where you want. Catch your favorite networks, including live TV, ready to watch on any web-connected device for no extra charge. That's TV Set Free. Enjoy the extra value Localtel delivers with TV everywhere. Visit localtel.net and sign up today.
Hey there, Wenatchee. I'm Sean Lee, and I'm inviting you to check out the NCW Movie Guide to keep up on what movies are playing in our town.
Lake Chelan Mailboxes is a small place with a lot to offer. Job one is shipping and receiving from A to Z. They pack it, they label it, they ship it. But did you know we also offer notary service, online computer access, legal forms, copies, greeting cards, and of course, mailboxes. Chelan Mailboxes, everything you need in one small package.
What's your Automocha emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita.
Definitely the espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha pepitas.
A peach Red Bull.
This is the NCW Life Community Calendar brought to you by LocalTel. Tour de Blues is happening Saturday, April 7 and Sunday, April 8 at Mission Ridge. Come ski and ride all the blue runs on the mountain to register for great prizes. Wenatchee Valley College is hosting their open house Saturday, April 7 from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Programs and academic departments will be spotlighted through interactive exhibits, demonstrations, lectures, and tours. For more information, visit ncwlife.com.